And that is the question for today. Is gold bullish or is gold bearish? And it's not an easy question to answer. It doesn't matter if you're looking on the H1, the 1 hour chart, where if that's the chart you use, gold looks like a roller coaster. Or even if you're looking on the day chart for long-term planning, it's a little bit easier to tell that gold is bullish or bearish. However, even just last week, gold was bullish in the beginning of the week and then midweek turned bearish for about 24 hours and then turned bullish again. So what can you do? Do you go long or do you go short if you're trading gold? Well, that's what we will look at, as well as the major US pairs in this video. So yes, here we are again with the regular weekly analysis, which I do every Sunday before the market opens on Monday. And this week's analysis starting on the 24th of August going through to the 30th of August 2024. And in this video, as usual, we look at the forexfactory.com, our go-to website for the high impact news that will be coming out. Then I will look at the profit that I got from last week's trade setups. And of course, I share my pending orders with you, and that's the trade setups that I have in place, and I hope that that will help you to make profit with your Forex trading. And here we are on the forexfactory.com website. I won't go through this. This is about the lightest week of news items that I've seen in a long time, which is a nice relief from what we've been seeing for the last few weeks. So I won't go through these items, just to encourage you to check forexfactory.com for your local times and be aware of all of these high impact news items which affect the movement of our currencies and commodities. And now we will look at the profit that I had from last week's trade setups, which I shared with you. And just to remind you that I use TradingView for my analysis. And if you don't use it, I highly recommend it because it's a great program, has many functions and features. It makes analyzing the currencies and commodities very, very easy. And you can see I have 10 different charts open. I'm using the premier version, but you can get a free basic version for a 30-day trial. And the link for that is below this video. But looking at gold first, our chart, I had a buy limited between 2,500 and 2,480. I told you that was the zone where you needed to be watching for a long trade. And it came down to that on Monday, and the first support level at 2,500 did execute, came down a little bit below that, but then on Tuesday went into a massive profit of 300 pips. So within just 2 days, 300 pips profit on gold. And if you were watching that during the week, it did come back down to 2,500. And then on Thursday, even came down to the second support level of 2,480, dropped a little bit below that, but that second pending order executed. And if you would have had that one in place, that was an additional 380 pips, which gold hit on Friday. And then looking at the Euro US, what we had on that one was a buy limit. And as I kind of expected last week, we had such big moves the previous week that I wasn't confident that these things would retrace, come back, make a pullback, correction to the pending order, because they were just so far bullish, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. You can see the Euro US on Monday did not even come close to the pending order, just went ahead and took off and continued to escalate dramatically throughout the week. And the same with the odd US. That pending order which was placed did not execute, it just took off on Monday. The same with the New Zealand US. That was a buy limit, and that one also, when the Asian Pacific market opened, as they often do, they just continue the trend that they saw from the Friday close of the US session. And sometimes they will make a correction and a pullback, and it's a good opportunity to get in a trade on that trending move. But last week that didn't happen, and these things did not make a pullback to our pending orders. Same on the pound US, just continued its bullish move, which we expected, as the trend was bullish, but unfortunately the Asian Pacific market opened and it just took right off. Same with the USD CAD, although it made a great move, fantastic move down. This was an excellent trade if you had got in on that anywhere. Actually on Monday you saw the bearish move continuing. It didn't come back to our pending order, but if you saw that bearish move continuing, you would have had excellent profit at the end of the week on Friday. But one that did pay off, and that was the UJ, the USD JPY. Sell limit was at 147.861 and then hit that on Monday and then just continued down throughout the week and closing on Friday with a profit of 380 pips. And what you see here, this green and this red area, this is just one of the tools I use on TradingView to set my stop loss and my take profit. The red zone is the stop loss area, and you see it never did even come close to that. And then the green is the profit. And this one is a 1-to-6 risk to reward ratio. I use my this tool to plan a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, but if you can get more than that, that's great. 1-to-3, 1-to-4, or higher than that is fantastic. But the UJ just made a great move with a 1-to-6 risk to reward ratio with a payoff of 380 pips. And now looking at the pending orders that I have in place for this upcoming week. With gold, I have a buy limit at 2,500. That is our strong support level. We have finally closed above 2,500, and now that's a very, very strong support level. We did go below that last week, and this is where we thought, well, maybe the gold bullish trend was not sustainable. Okay, maybe some people were thinking that, started to sell. Well, if you were selling down here around 2480, you got whacked. Okay, yeah, that was just a bear trap. But this is what we've seen, is the big moves that it makes in the opposite direction of the trend. Obviously, it's a bullish trend. Okay, you just go back as far as you want. Gold has been bullish since last year. All right, so you need to be careful with gold. And that's why I put my risk to reward ratio here using this tool I've showed you on TradingView. This is a 1-to-2. This is for the upcoming trade for this week with the pending order at 2,500. And then my stop loss is at 2483, 2482, right in that zone. And then my take profit would be at 2532, which is a previous high that we reached last week. All right, I'm just showing you this on gold. I won't show you this on the other pairs that I'm sharing with you. Just showing you how I place my stop loss and my profit with the risk to reward ratio of 1-to-2. You can use this tool if you want. You can use whatever risk to reward ratio you want. But if you use 1-to-2, that means that you can lose 3 trades out of 5 and still end up with profit. All right, so it's up to you to manage your own risk. I usually just share the pending orders that I have with you, not the stop loss and take profit, but I wanted to share that with you this week because I've had some inquiries about where you should place the stop loss and the take profit. Now let's look at the Euro US and see what pending order I have on that one. That is also a buy limit, of course. You just look at the chart from left to right. There's no question that it's bullish. That's not rocket science. All right, so we will be bullish on all of the major pairs. The Euro US is a buy limit with the price, the entry price at 1.1150, our support level. And then the odd US, that of course is also a buy limit with the price at 0.6750 for the pending order, our previous resistance turned support. And then the New Zealand US is also a buy limit at 0.6180 at our support level, previous resistance turned support. Then our pound US is a buy limit with the entry price at 1.3180. Our support, which was previous resistance, has now turned support. The USD CAD really making a big drop last week. I have a sell limit, of course, with the entry price at 1.3565, and that was a previous support zone, and now that has become a resistance zone. And then the UJ, the USD JPY, I have a sell limit on that, of course, with the entry price at 145.170. That was a previous support level. It's broken below that, so it's now resistance at 145.170. And of course, before I go, I always share with you the DXY the dollar index. This is the US dollar compared with 6 major currencies, and you can see the continuing decline of the US dollar. And now it's got down to 100 and change. It made a huge drop. This is since Monday. This is where it opened on Monday. It's made a massive drop during the week. And of course, on Friday with Jerome Powell's words of wisdom that the Federal Reserve is going to start cutting the interest rate, that makes the US dollar, less lucrative as an asset to be holding if you're not getting the same high interest rate that they've been used to. So continuing decline of the US dollar is why we are bullish on the major currency pairs. And then the JPY basket, interesting. Okay, it's just going along sideways, not really doing much during the week. In fact, the last couple of weeks had a drop down, so not really much to report on the JPY basket, although the Japanese yen against the US dollar is getting stronger. Okay, that's a wrap for this weekly analysis, starting on the 26th of August going through to the 30th of August 2024. And as you can see in the background, I use a Mac, I use a PC, I use both. I use MT4, I use MT5, I use TradingView for my analysis. You can use whatever you want. The pending orders that I share with you work with all platforms, with all brokers. And don't forget, of course, about the free Forex basic trading course that is available to you. If you're new and you found this video by accident, this is available to anyone, no obligation, no requirements whatsoever, absolutely free. It's a 10-video tutorial. It will help you to set up your charting software. It will explain about risk management. It will explain about how to place orders, and it will give you a feel for whether or not Forex is a fit for you. It's a good foundation to get started with, and absolutely free, no obligation. Just go to the link below this video and you'll find access to that free basic Forex trading course. Okay, wherever you are in the world, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'll see you in the next video.